Salant, Salant Family Ranch, out here in Little Applegate Road, 7 miles southeast of Rouge, 25 miles from Medford, Oregon.
How many cows do you keep at a time?
Well, I have about 25 breeding cows.
Okay.
These girls right here with the orange tags, they're like your production line.
All right.
Factory, you know, they produce babies, so they stay here, and then their babies are what becomes these guys, the future beef.
How old is the big guy again? 2.5?
He's 2.5. Yeah.
Wow, he's massive.
Yeah, he's a big boy. A nice big steer. And then I have a bull that's bigger than these guys. He's in that other field, so we will go over there and look at that. Yeah, so that guy are both the same age group, and they're both on the same track. That's a good steer right there. I learned how to do this as a youngster, as a teenager in California. I worked for a nonprofit and learned how to. We were re-educating kids and drug addicts and stuff, and through education, it was an educational program to give them good work, and I learned about livestock and animal husbandry, and eventually ended up running a ranch with a bunch of kids and adults too, for this organization, and I really enjoyed it. And so then I had to, then later on in life, I got a real job and went to work for a living in the city and lived in the San Diego area, and always wanted to get back to raising livestock and raising cattle. I really enjoy it, and it's great to be out in the country and great place to raise kids. And so my wife and I bought this ranch in 1994 and raised our daughter here. And she's now a marine biologist and working on her PhD. But she loved raising, showing horses, and she didn't really like the cows that much. But I been raising these cattle since 1996. We got 50 cattle from a place in California. Started out with that. So now I run about 25 mother cows and sell beef at the farmers markets in the Rogue Valley and in the Medford Food Co-op. Have beef available, and in some retail stores, and then also sell beef produced here at the Salant Family Ranch to schools, Grants Pass School District, Central Point School District, Southern Oregon Head Start, so different food service programs, and then some restaurants as well, in the Rogue Valley and in Grants Pass. So it's pretty good program, and getting more and more popular, trying to raise local beef, and people are really enjoying locally raised beef. So they know where it comes from, they can identify where the cattle grew up, not only what country or what state, but right here in Jackson County. So that's kind of what I try to do, and it's a lot of work, like you say. Organic, I'm not certified organic, and I won't ever be, because I deworm my cattle.
Mm-hmm.
And if you deworm your cattle, you can't be organic. But I'm all but organic, so I call it natural beef. So I don't spray. This land gets no spray. The cattle don't get any hormones or growth stimulants. Healthy cattle don't get fed any antibiotics. If a calf gets, and it's usually a calf that gets sick, they'll get a penicillin shot. They'll get treated for whatever disease it is with penicillin, but or tetracycline, or whatever the prescribed antibiotic is by the vet. But healthy cattle are never fed that kind of stuff. So it's all real clean beef, and before they get, like within 6 months of slaughter, they don't get anything, including getting wormed or dewormed. So I try to use best husbandry practices for 2020, but also harken back to the kind of the older ages of raising the cattle naturally, and trying to do that as much as possible.
You're doing it. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and the fact that people can come visit. Anybody can come at any time. Just call me up. Make sure I'm here. I'll show you around. So that one of the reasons I enjoy the farmers markets is that I'm selling direct to the consumer. So I know who the customer is. They know me, and they can meet. They can come out and tour the ranch and meet the cattle if they want to, and see what's going on and see how it's all done. It's a lot of work, but it's also very rewarding.
What is the most difficult part about running a cattle ranch?
Oh, that's a tough question. Probably just the hours. I mean, you have to be committed to it. You know, the cattle don't care whether it's a weekend or what's going on or what the temperature is. They need to be fed 365 days a year, whether it's eating grass that you have to irrigate to produce, or whether it's feeding them hay in the wintertime. And it gets cold and it's not always comfortable, but it's rewarding. I think that's the most difficult part. And then you got to make some decisions about if an animal gets sick, whether you're gonna just let it die, or have to take it out of its misery or something like that. Those get to be difficult decisions. But you do the best you can and try to make those decisions as quickly as you can. They got fed this morning, so it's all about is those cows are raising those calves versus the dairy. They take the calf away.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you think he weighs?
I think he weighs about 2,600.
Wow.
That's kind of my guess. I had his sire too. I bought his sire from another rancher. And
Yeah, even just the size of his hooves were massive.
yeah. So the length of body, that's what in beef is really where you get the weight. The height doesn't really add pounds too much. I mean, there's a little bit of longer legs, but the length of the animal is where you get the weight from. More steak, more roast, more everything. So that's what you're trying to achieve. He is the sire of some of these calves that are out here.
He's impressive. He's just like, you can't really look away. He's so majestic.
I know, he's a big boy. The best thing about the Rogue Valley is the diversity of different agricultural operations. There's so much food being grown in this whole area. And so the synergy that you get at the farmers market with 70 or 80 or 90 different vendors, they're not all growing food, but many of them are vegetables and fruit growers and other producers. So you get a really nice, diverse choice for customers. I mean, the temperature range here is amazing from year to year. It's like it can get down to 15 degrees in the winter, in December and January, and then it can get up to 105. So it's like a 90-degree temperature range, which is crazy. It's hard to believe. By the way, that's the mother of the bull.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's so small compared to him.
Oh yeah. Like many mothers, they're smaller than their sons.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's just she's one of the nicer cows I have. But, there's nothing unusual about it really. I don't know what else I could tell you that, it's just a pleasant place to live and a great place to raise your kids and raise livestock. So that's why I chose it, and that's why I moved here. Thank you to all my customers near and far, mostly near in the Rogue Valley and Grants Pass area, who have been loyal customers over the last 15 years at all the farmers markets and the various retail operations and restaurants. I really appreciate all your business.